Internet news with no filter. Welcome to News Sesh. Sydney Sweeney has been trending again, and as usual, not for something she actually did wrong. From her breakout role as Cassie in Euphoria to something as random as a pair of jeans, it seems like every few months, the internet finds a new reason to dissect, overanalyze, and judge Sydney. But here's the truth. Sydney Sweeney doesn't deserve the hate she's been getting, and the controversies surrounding her say a lot more about us than they do about her. Sydney first captured audiences with her emotional range, from The Handmaid's Tale to Sharp Objects, but Euphoria turned her into a household name. Cassie Howard was complicated, emotional, and messy, a role that demanded real vulnerability. And Sydney gave it everything. But soon after, her vulnerability became her curse. People blurred the line between Cassie, the character, and Sydney, the person. When Season 2 of Euphoria aired, Cassie became one of the most talked about characters, not because of her story, but because of her body. Instead of discussing the writing or her performance, social media fixated on Sydney's nude scenes. People started questioning if she was doing too much, completely ignoring the fact that she had openly discussed working closely with an intimacy coordinator and making sure everything was on her own terms. Sydney herself said, "People forget that I'm playing a character. I'm not just doing these scenes for shock value. It's storytelling." But the internet didn't care. Memes and tweets reduced her talent to looks, completely missing the point that Cassie's entire arc was about how women are objectified. Sydney was literally portraying what she then experienced in real life. Then came the jeans controversy. In late 2023, Sydney did a casual photo shoot wearing low-rise jeans, and somehow, this became a problem. People called her out of touch, trying too hard, and even anti-feminist because she wore a pair of jeans. It was one of those moments that made everyone ask, what are we even mad about anymore? Sydney didn't respond, and honestly, she didn't need to, because the outrage said it all. A woman's fashion choice, body type, or pose becomes public property the second she's successful. If another celebrity had worn the same outfit, it would have been praised as vintage. But because it was Sydney, it became controversial. Sydney's response has been quiet strength. Instead of fighting the internet, she's been focusing on her craft. She's producing, starring in films like Anyone But You, and even building her own production company to create more roles for women, roles that show depth, not just appearance. She's also been vocal about how hard it is to make it in Hollywood without a safety net. "I still worry about paying my mortgage. I don't have anyone to fall back on." That honesty, that rawness, is exactly why people connect with her. What's happening to Sydney is part of a bigger pattern. Hollywood and social media both love women who are beautiful until they realize those women also have opinions, boundaries, and agency. Sydney Sweeney represents a new kind of celebrity, one who refuses to apologize for owning her femininity, while also demanding to be taken seriously as an artist. And the backlash? It's proof that society still struggles to see women as more than one thing at once. From Euphoria to a pair of jeans, Sydney Sweeney has faced more criticism for existing authentically than some celebrities do for actual scandals. But here's what makes her different. She never lets it change her. Instead of letting hate define her, she turns it into momentum. So the next time the internet decides to cancel someone for just being themselves, maybe we should ask, are we criticizing the person, or are we uncomfortable with how confident they are? Because if confidence looks like Sydney Sweeney, maybe it's time we start celebrating it.